Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Excuse the format of this video. I'm actually, as y'all know, I'm taking a bit of a break right now. But I stumbled upon an audio just the other day, a bit of news out there that's floating around about some comments that Gilbert Arenas had to make about Giannis Antetokounmpo. And basically in those comments, Gilbert Arenas basically said that Giannis Antetokounmpo doesn't understand how to play basketball. He doesn't really know how to train his body. He doesn't really know what it takes to win and all of these different things, right? And he said all of this, and he was talking to Phil Handy, right? Who's a basketball guy, worked with Kobe Bryant, worked with LeBron James. I think he's always on the Lakers staff. Real smart basketball guy. We all know this, right? One of the best trainers out there, basketball coaches out there. Developmental coaches out there. So I got a whiff of those comments, and I said to myself, okay, we're going to come back after this break and post something about it. But I felt like I needed to say something about what Gilbert Arenas said for a few reasons, right? First of all, I want to address what Gilbert Arenas said from a basketball standpoint. From a basketball standpoint, that was one of the most ridiculous basketball comments I have heard anybody make on basketball, number one. Number two, Gilbert Arenas is a former NBA player. From what I was told by the Draymond Greens of the world and all of these different guys out there, we've been told that the people that played the game they understand the game at a deeper level, and therefore they'll be able to give us insights that a normal NBA fan or somebody covering the game will not be able to will be able to get. Fine. So if that is the case, please explain to me how a guy that played more than 5-6 years, I believe it is, in the NBA, was able to go out there with all of his basketball knowledge and information and all the connections and all of these things that he knows about the NBA. Somebody that went out there to play basketball was able to come to the conclusion that Giannis Antetokounmpo doesn't understand how to play basketball, number one. Number two, he doesn't really know how to train his body. So let me understand this just from an outsider's perspective. What are you basing that off of? What is that based on? What evidence do you have for that? He said that Giannis Antetokounmpo doesn't know how to train his body. Did Gilbert Arenas actually see any images of Giannis Antetokounmpo when he came into the NBA as a rookie? That's number one. Did he see any images of Giannis? When Giannis came into the NBA, he looked like the straw. You ever seen the Scarecrow from Batman, the cartoon, the animated series? That's what he was that skinny. Giannis, over the course of his basketball career, has put on 51 pounds of muscle. So I don't know what type of training Gilbert Arenas is talking about, number one. Number two, when I saw Gilbert Arenas play basketball when he was training, he looked nothing like in the shape that Giannis Antetokounmpo was. So I don't know what pedestal he's speaking from where he can basically tell a guy like Giannis that Giannis doesn't know how to train his body. I didn't understand what that point is. Number two, I said this before and I'm going to say it again. A lot of guys in the NBA, especially this modern NBA, have an issue with Giannis. People keep acting like it's something that I'm making up. No, a lot of these guys, this is not the first person. Charles Oakley, Andre Iguodala, who is the guy? Charles Oakley, Andre Iguodala, James Harden, Chris Paul. All of these, everybody got one thing or another to say about Giannis. Why don't these guys spend some time talking about guys that actually need to improve? Why don't I hear these guys talking about Ben Simmons? Why don't I hear them talking about players that actually need to prove? Where do they get all of this energy to talk about Giannis, number one? Number two, why do they feel so comfortable to talk about Giannis? What is this? What is this? What makes these guys feel like they can get so comfortable to start insulting this guy? And if you're a basketball guy, you're making other basketball players that played the game look bad. Because as a basketball player that played in the NBA, you should be able to say something much smarter than that. Which brings me to my next point. And this is something I've been thinking for a long time. And I don't care if Gilbert Arenas sees this video, to be quite honest with you. I really don't, but I need to say this. I am convinced that Gilbert Arenas is not as smart as he's not a smart dude, period, end of story. If you listen to a lot of the things that Gilbert Arenas says, he says a lot of dumb things. I don't care. He says it, and your money doesn't dictate your level of intelligence, man. Just because you played in the NBA, you made $100 million does not mean you're smart. You made $100 million because you played in the NBA, because you could play basketball at a high level, not because of your critical thinking skills. Gilbert Arenas says a lot of dumb things. And it's embarrassing as a black person that sits there, I'm talking about me now, that tries to present myself in a certain way because I understand, number one, I'm representing myself, I'm representing the brand, but I'm also representing other black men out there. Then you have these guys out here coming out here saying one stupid thing after the next. Why are you saying this? Why is $100 million, $200 million guy saying so many stupid things on camera? Number one, why are these people putting cameras in front of this guy to talk? I don't understand it. And this is not the first time Gilbert Arenas has said something reckless. This is not the first time. He said something about Africans and about all of this stuff. And then what kills me is that he has the courage to laugh and smile. He'll say something stupid and then go, ha, 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 like as if he's saying something intelligent, when all he's saying is a bunch of nonsense. It's a joke. His basketball takes are a joke. Whenever I listen to Gilbert Arenas talk, I lose brain cells. He says a lot of idiotic, moronic things. And now Giannis Antetokounmpo is his latest victim, or target, excuse me. How can you go out there and say that about you? I thought you were a basketball guy, Gil. I thought you were a basketball guy. What informs that opinion about Giannis? What's up with all of this disrespect? Why don't y'all go find somebody else to play with? But you hear him defending, Ben Simmons. I don't understand these people. How can you come out there and say something? And you know the funniest part? Initially, I didn't want to say anything. I just put something up on our channel on a community board. And then somebody said, oh, but he made $100 million in his career, so therefore he's smart. So what? My guy, there's a lot of people that made way more money than Gilbert Arenas, and they're much smarter than him. So what's your point? Anybody, an idiot can walk into a convenience store, buy a lottery ticket, and win $200 million. So therefore what? He's smart too because he has $200 million. What are you saying? Number one. Number two, I hope that wasn't a black person that said that, because you're not even ashamed. So you would rather have somebody go out there and embarrass you, but because he made money, you cool with it. Well, I'm not. Everything ain't about money. Respect. How people view you is important too. And I don't want to be annexed to that. And I thought basketball players are supposed to be having this spectacular insight on the NBA. Why y'all got dudes out there saying this? That Giannis Antetokounmpo he really doesn't understand how to play basketball. If you look at the minutes, first of all, you genius. Most guys in the NBA right now, they're keeping their minutes down. Go look at the minutes he plays in the playoffs. Everybody. So if Giannis can play 45, 42, 43 minutes a game in the playoffs, but then he plays about 35 in the regular season, and he's still putting up MVP numbers, which you couldn't do, playing 40 minutes a game, what the hell is your bloody point about he can't play a lot of minutes when he plays a lot of minutes in the playoffs like everybody else? Kawhi Leonard doesn't play a lot of minutes in the playoffs, so therefore he doesn't understand basketball? What are you talking about? This is what I'm talking about. They need to stop putting microphones in front of Gilbert. He is embarrassing everybody. He is embarrassing everybody. It makes no sense why they allow this guy to continue to talk. And I don't understand why he has the courage to smile after saying so many idiotic, moronic things. He's laughing like it's funny and it's not funny. You're embarrassing us. You're embarrassing us, bro. You are. You are embarrassing us with your statements. Not just on the NBA, about other things. I've watched a lot of your content. You are embarrassing us, man. Stop talking. We don't need another dude out there saying stupid stuff. I'm sorry. Stop embarrassing us. Go sit down. Go spend your $100 million. Take $100 million. Take $300 out of that and go buy a book and read. And put something in your head before you come out here saying ignorant stuff. This is exactly how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. This Giannis hate and all of these different, you're going to look at a guy, look at his circumstances that he came out of. The guy went to the NBA, made something out of himself, went out there, won a championship, not up there twerking it up, showing you all of his jewelry, all of these different things. And that's the guy you got something to say something about. You a joke. These are my thoughts and opinions on this. I'll catch y'all when we get back from break. Catch y'all later.